coming in with that classic dual halberds juggle into the grapple, into the charged right click, off of the dual halberds, putting Wang Liang behind. Wang Liang gonna pop that F, go ahead and get that damage reduction off of the Akos here, as we see Panaman coming in with a massive parry to pick up the elimination though. And we talked about these landings, and this is really crucial. Everybody's circling around Celestra. This tends to be the game plan as we see aggressive lobbies. A lot of these players coming in wanting to loot up and then go into Celestra to take fights where they know they have the opportunity to break ankles if things go wrong. AOW's Mike trying to turn around here with the meter dump on the nunchucks here, not quite able to bait shot into that dump. Mike needs to find the uppercut. Here we go. It's anyone's fight here, but can Mike find it? GG Shaw finds a little bit of damage. Mike gonna use the F to get away here, throws the wisp, doesn't find it. Shaw now with the ability to follow up with the bow here. Mike will get the pot off though onto their armor, so they're going to be back into this fight, but they need to be careful as WBG Spider comes in to start capitalizing on all the work AOW's Mike has put in. Spider going to lose a little bit of their shield and start to come back in here as we see Mike come in and blitz the elimination out of GG Shaw. Now it's going to be Spider versus Mike going head to head here. Mike already off to a lead here with that first elimination, and WBG Spider going low very quickly. Mike going to use the ult just to create some movement to be able to chase onto WBG Spider. Spider 50% till that ult even comes active. So Mike here with a huge advantage into WBG Spider. Both of them going to take the opportunity to go for a little bit of a reset here. Mike waiting for Spider to come down, wants to engage him onto the ground here. Spider going to take quite a bit of damage from those nunchucks, able to turn back around though and catch a massive jumping parry into AOW's Mike. Mike now on the back foot, needs to find an armor to swap into. If he can find that opportunity, he's looking for it. Unfortunately, none of these loot piles coming to fruition for Mike. Mike is going to be forced to take this fight exactly the way it is. He's going to check one more backside. He's not able to find the armor swap yet again. Now Mike needs to reposition. The bow shot coming in from Spider, going to get that health even lower here. He's got those wisps protecting him from the follow-up bow shots after he took the first one. He doesn't want to risk the follow-up, but Mike just burning through grapples, trying to stay alive here. Spider keeping it up. We're going to see him go airborne again with the wisp reset. Comes back in, this time throws it onto Spider. Spider able to use the blue focus to get through. Up on top, continuing the chase. Mike is one shot away from death. Spider just needs a single bow shot here, and Mike is doing everything to stay alive. He finally finds the armor swap he's looking for. He knows the ult's going to come in soon. Spider's got it. Mike's going to take the fight. The parry comes in. Mike able to use the F to go topside to get away. Tries to find the reset. Not going to be able to, but turns it on the Spider. It's one hit for one hit. Who's going to find it? And it's going to be WBG Spider.
That is huge coming in from Spider here. Really be able to capture that elimination. Onwards to AOW's Mike here. Usually Spider is on the wrong side of the tracks when it comes to this fight here, but it looks like he was able to catch himself and get him very dangerously low to the same numbers that he was, so it's making it a very fair fight. Meanwhile, Wang Liang and Ezreal Gun fighting this out here. Last game's winner, Ezreal fighting this out. Definitely giving Wang Liang a really tough time here inside of the stature here. Heavy sword really trying to see if he can create it. Beautiful blocks coming in on each side here, and it looks like Ezreal is going to be able to capture the elimination. Beautifully well done here, and it looks like Wang Liang already used his first life up, so that actually is going to be his eliminated game out of game number 3 already. 13.1 coming in from Wang Liang, so he's struggling. Meanwhile, XXin just working this out by himself inside of the suite here, trying to see if they can hold strong here inside of the rotation, and let's see maybe what he can find in terms of decent loot, maybe something that can be better for him, hoping maybe for something. No, unfortunate here. It looks like it's going to be the same thing for XXY, which he's outside of the outskirts of the circle here, trying to see if maybe he can find some decent loot on him as well here. And it looks like Alliance's Jux is going to be nearby too. And it looks like XXY doesn't necessarily want to fight this. He sees the player up top here, and he knows that he's dangerously low with the gray shield and not a lot of heals, so doesn't want to give himself up too early inside of this fight.
Yeah, we're going to turn now to KLA's T225. T225, again, was off to a rip after game 1 here. No eliminations under his belt yet, but he's got that purple armor. He's holding on it pretty well thus far. Zone 1 is collapsing onto Zone 2. Jux here going to land a bow shot on him, but Jux not really wanting to chase this too hard. He knows he can't afford to overcommit this early into the game. J-Team's action heading it down bot side here, giving AOW's Mike a run for his money. And of course, Mike being picked up early there by WBG Spider in a bad position here. Jin absolutely blitzing a ton of damage down onto him. Action going to pop through, use their ability to just walk straight through there. Action wanting to keep chase up here onto AOW's Mike, who's gone inside, looking for an opportunity to get a reset, is now outside. Action knows that's probably the plan here, but Mike able to make the scale rush through. Action misses it twice, so Mike able to find the full reset he's looking for, but Action knows he's got a massive advantage here. Mike doesn't have that ultimate. He is down to that white armor. Action wants to keep the pressure up, doesn't want to give Mike a chance to scale back into this game while he's got him at such a disadvantage, and Mike just trying to use this staff to get that extra movement, use those lunges to keep the game alive. Looks to go back inside here. He was able to successfully break out once and keep Action from making that scale rush. Action, instead of opting to scale rush through the side, goes down to the bottom this time, but it still gives AOW's Mike enough chance to go ahead and get most of a reset, and Action here decides he's wasted too much time on this fight. He's going to go do some shopping and get back into this game. He cannot afford to overcommit this early on. WBG Spider here still with the blue armor, that one elimination on to AOW's Mike, and he's more than happy about his situation in life right now, but he wants to scale forward here. We're going to see he's heading towards the realm of Yang. Zone 1 has fully collapsed onto Zone 2, so we're going to see those realms pop right now, and it's going to be Spider. Ooh, Spider misses the opportunity to go in. It's going to be TEZ's Railgun against J-Team's Action, and OUG going head-to-head here with GG. Panda Man versus Shaw. Let's see who comes out on top, Dobby.
See the opportunity here. I'm going to take advantage here. Obviously, X-Section has been absolutely struggling here, but we love to see surprises and swings. I'm going to go for X-Section inside of this fight here, as S-Rail's been playing the game of his life so far here. Confidence coming in very, very high for a man like him, as it looks like they're going to be able to rotate this around and see if their opportunity comes to flourishing, as X-Section is going to be able to absolutely bully S-Rail inside of this fight, giving him barely any momentum to be able to do exactly what he needs to here, as he actually catches him on the outskirts here of the tornado, pops the ulti, maybe to slow down his movement here, as he's going to force himself maybe to be able to do it. Oh, but it's not going to be enough, as the tornado comes through and he catches the dub inside of the realm of Yang at the very last second. Ladies and gentlemen, what a call out from myself. X-Section is able to get the dub and the finish and the gold inside of the realm of Yang. It's go time, J-Team. Let's get it.
Oh my goodness, Action coming out on top there. Railgun here. Going to be heading out, going to need to find a spot to revive and start looking for that lovely Soul Bloom to get himself back into this game. OUG's Panda Man, yet again, unfortunately, 0 for 4 in his realms of Yang today, yet he continues to keep the pressure up. The man has got the confidence to at least go in and take the fights. Unfortunately, he's not been able to find the win that he's looking for. TZS Railgun here has that Soul Bloom stash. This is from that fight that he took super early on in the game and decided to leave that Soul Bloom behind. Extremely smart decision making from TE's Railgun, as we turn now to GG Shaw and WBG Spider going head to head here. Shaw can aggressively afford to take this fight because he has that Vermilion Bird's Might. He's going to ult in, going to swap to that legendary spear, keep the pressure up on the Spider. Spider going to use the F to get away, but the return coming in with the V2. Shaw cleans up WBG Spider, who finds himself eliminated from this lobby. GG Shaw with his second elimination of the game. That was such a clean execution coming in from GG Shaw. He finds the follow-up as Spider uses the F to go airborne and uses the Tiger to keep the pressure and the chase going. I love to see it from GG Shaw. Unfortunately for WBG Spider, that is the end of his game 3 as we turn to Panda Man, the only person left here with Yang Depletion, catching a massive parry onto J-Team's Action. Action here with that Vermilion Bird's Might, trying to take this fight, has got huge confidence to follow it up. Panda Man missing the uppercut there off of the dual halberds onto Action. Will find the charge, right click though, just gonna let that blue go, and Action not able to punish him for it, but he's got to find this quick because GG Shaw just showed up. Panda Man needs to get that Soul Bloom if he wants to stay alive. He's able to find it, and GG Shaw trying to keep the fight up. Here's Panda Man with the ult, out, looking to reset the Wisps here. Gonna keep the pressure up onto GG Shaw. Shaw trying to find it in. Shaw with no ultimate though, gonna be forced to pop the F. Finds that damage reduction. Pandaman holding on. Pandaman still with the ult though. Will follow up with the ult. It's gonna go through. Looking to come in. Resets the Wisp here. Catches GG Shaw. The charge right click off of the dual halberds. And Pandaman finds his third elimination.
Pandaman popping off, finally able to lock in a few games here. And just like that, 10 points to his name, 3 eliminations in total here. And now he's feeling it out. As it looks like he's going to get chased by AOW's Mike here. AOW's Mike is going to create some distance here. Is able to climb up top here. Ends up getting hit by the grapple, but misses the opportunity for the strike coming in from AOW's Mike as GG Shaw is going to come right on the outskirts here. And is able to fly back. And it gives him that free opportunity to pop inside of this bush, go incognito. And now he is going to re-heal and get back into this fight. Meanwhile, AOW's Mike having a pretty tough time here. He's got 1 elimination on his belt so far here, 21 points. Got eliminated early in his game number 1. Did get eliminated a little bit earlier in game number 2, even though it was still closer to the end of the game. There was still at least 7 to 8 players alive here during that final circle ticks here. So still a lot earlier than what was expected for AOW's Mike anyway. But in terms of that, now he has the opportunity to turn this game around for himself here. But let's check back on the replays here on the fight that we didn't get a chance to see from earlier as we see GG Shaw and Pandaman fighting this out here. Dagger coming in from Shaw. It looks like it's going to be a staff coming in from Pandaman here. Waiting for the opportunity as the leg breaker comes in and puts in a lot of massive damage here. Looks like it sounds like the sounds of a parry, but it looks like it did not connect here, as it looks like he's going to be able to catch him again with the same leg breaker. Yet again, the dagger able to do so much damage here inside of this final fight here, able to hold it strong a little while longer here, waiting for the impact, but it's not going to be enough here. And it looks like Shaw was able to confirm the dub and get the finish for Pandaman. But now Pandaman with that elimination, ladies and gentlemen, he's back in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, Pandaman, triple eliminations there, back to back to back. Absolutely huge for him. I know he's been struggling today. You know, 0-4 inside the Realm of Yang. It's got to be so good for his confidence as we take a look. As the second set of Realm of Yangs come forward, GG Shaw setting himself up to take one. Kaylee's 2-2-2-5 and Alliance's Jux looking to trade blows over one to the north side of the map as well. And OUG's Pandaman heading back into the Realm of Yang. This man does not take the L. He says, I don't care. I'm fighting in Realms of Yang, and you can't stop me. DRG's Akuma on the other side of the map as well, looking to trade blows. GG Shaw and S Railgun trying to find their way into the second Realm of Yang as well. Who's going to make their way in? You can bet money Pandaman's going to find his way there as he's ready to pop straight in. It's going to be Railgun versus T225 inside this Realm of Yang. Railgun more than happy to come back to the Realm of Yang. He's found a lot of success here inside the Realm of Yang today. T225 in a very similar situation as these two both go airborne here looking for each other. T225 going to find a clank mid-air with a railgun, and because of that, going to drop it down second. Already initiates with the F, wants to come into this fight immediately with that damage reduction and the huge damage onto TE's S railgun. Catches him with a charge right click here. He just needs to find the ultimate. There it is, the jumping left click to follow up. He knows he can make this happen. He's going to come through with the jumping. There we go, into the ult. Railgun, no place to go. T225 comes out on top. Oh my goodness. He made that fight look easy as he's able to pick up a legendary set of dual halberds as he's getting ready to head back in to the box, looking to take some more fights. DRG Akuma going to come sideways here, find the Morris Blessing, get himself the box. Needs to be careful as this Bane is coming down on top of him. TE's S railgun here now with Yang depletion heading out into Celestra, looking for the potential to pick up that Soul Bloom to get himself back into this game. I don't believe he had one stashed this time like he did earlier. OUG's Pandaman over here still with 3 eliminations, holding on just inside Celestra here. This is pretty typical of players not wanting to take too many fights here. GG Shaw on the outside as well here with that Yang depletion, going to need to find a way to get themselves back into this game. It looks like Alliance's Jux was able to come out on top of GG Shaw this time around inside the Realm of Yang. T225 up to the rooftop here. Shaw trying to give chase here. T225 not wanting to give it away. Will find that F into that damage reduction immediately coming top. Will catch Shaw with just the edge of the scale rush, slowing him down. Shaw trying to catch up to T225 as he continues to go away. Shaw going to use the bell here to get a a permanent lockdown position onto T225 all he can, but it looks like T25 is going to get the reset he's looking for. Shaw, though, can't afford to give up this chase. He's got 3 minutes and 27 seconds to find this elimination onto T225 and cleanse himself of that Yang depletion. T225 gonna just keep things moving here past the old zone, waiting for the opportunity to close out of this fight. GG Shaw just wants to keep it going, and T225 coming in with the charge right click is going to get F'd out by GG Shaw, but then he's going to return the favor with an F as his own. And DRG Akuma coming in here with the musket, looking to take shots onto this fight, going to find a shot onto GG Shaw. KLA's T225 happy to keep the pressure up onto Shaw when he sees the musket shot coming in. T225 backing away here, isn't going to throw the blue. He doesn't want to be too predictable here. He let the first one go. Shaw coming in with the F, going to get that damage reduction going for himself. Again, T225 going to return the favor and do exactly the same here. And now TE's S Railgun shows up and wants to put it onto T225, but T225 coming in and onto GG Shaw. Shaw extremely low, will come in there with the ultimate, comes in. GG Shaw is going to be eliminated by a musket shot, though, from DRG's Akuma from downtown. T225 in the ultimate, forced to take this fight, needs to get Railgun extremely low. The terrain going to stop him from catching it, but Railgun turns back around into the charge right click out of those legendary dual halberds. T225 into the armor swap, trying to find a reset here as Railgun looks to do the same, hanging from the side. AOW's Mike coming in, as well as DRG's Akuma, all looking for that potential third party, and T225 needs to be careful here. He was able to stay alive there, wasn't able to get the elimination, and forced to swap into this white armor. He is backed into a corner. TE's S Railgun trying to come through. T225 doesn't connect onto the F, doesn't get the bonus damage reduction, will get parried by Railgun, who's gonna come in and very quickly pick up those legendary dual halberds. T225 not happy about the situation he's found himself in, into the zone, takes a couple of zone tick here. T225 no ultimate, no F available for himself either right now, as we continue to see Railgun keep the pressure up. He's gonna throw the wisp, and it's AOW's Mike who finds the elimination off the back of a bow shot.
Both shots being absolutely lethal for a lot of these players here, as S-Rail is going to continue to push outwards toward this, though, but tying it up with a lot of these eliminations here. So far, it looks like almost everybody here relatively has 2 eliminations, as S-Rail is still continuing to rotate this around. Oh, no, and it doesn't look good, as XXY is going to come through and also decide to join in on this third party as well, trying to see if maybe they can get a free elimination out of this as well. AOW Mike trying to figure out the suffice for this fight here, trying to find it, as S-Rail is not making it easy for them, though. Beautiful maneuvers, trying to see if they can rotate this all the way down. Dangerously low, no shield at all towards his name here, as he's just trying to separate himself from Mike and XXY here, waiting for the opportunity, and it looks like he does, as he doesn't have time to be able to pop that shield. Pops a small little tornado, though, just in case he tries to catch him on the outskirts here, but it does give him the chance for him to pop those shields and be able to potentially retreat this out, as AOW's Mike. XXY looks like he's fighting this out on the outskirts here, waiting for it, as Mike is just chilling now. Doesn't necessarily have to force really anything inside of this fight here. So far, these fights have been absolutely incredible to watch. They've been playing this out so well, taking the time out of all of them. And look at that. Has the Soul Jade, where all you have to do is just pray. Pray to the gods above, and they'll give you some heals. If only that was just easy in real life. You get in an accident, you get the nice little heals, and then you just pray. You pray, and then just like that, you're healed. You're like, oh my god, my leg's not broken anymore. Isn't that amazing? Meanwhile, Bane's Breath starting up here in a second here, as it looks like also so is the cup here. Let's see if they have the opportunity, though, maybe to be able to capture this for the strike. AOW's Mike has to be a little bit more careful here. Getting a little bit too dangerously close inside of it here, but they're inside of the Bane's Breath, though. Trying to fight this out. The timing coming in from Jin, trying to see if he can get some hits, and he does. Is able to get both of them at the same time here. Jin trying to hold strong here, waiting for somebody to try to see if they can get that gold shield, but it's not going to be enough time. Trying to maneuver it out little by little. It looks like Jin was able to successfully do it in the midst of all of this stuff, and it looks like Mike is going to be able to force the retreat. Decides to back off. Jin, beautiful advantage here, is able to get that shot. Oh! And Jin, so close to getting caught. I'm sorry. I actually thought that he did get caught inside of that Bane's Breath here. I was like, oh my goodness. Meanwhile, S-Rail putting in massive hits onwards towards AOW's Mike here. Looks like he's going to decide to back off this.
Yeah, S-Rail gun here with that advanced heal put in absolute work for him. Able to fully repair that purple armor just off the back of that one blue pot there. Gonna go ahead and throw the wisp before the time's out. Gets himself topside here. Looking to just take a reset and get away from this fight. Do a little bit of shopping. Fun plus Phoenix Jin here with the legendary armor. He's got a white bow here, but that purple dagger in the back pocket. Unfortunately for Jin, he's got no eliminations thus far. 8 players left remaining as Zone 4 starts to collapse onto Zone 5. We can take a look at the leaderboards right now. Of course, AOW's Mike with that 74,000 damage and 22 total eliminations. WBG Spider with 65,000 damage and 24 eliminations. Our other 3 players here, XXY, XJin, and Shaw, all sitting around that 38,000 damage leading into today's grand finals. As we continue to see a lot of these players coming in, doing a little bit of shopping. Jin there going to find a legendary Soul Jade that somebody else leaves behind that he's more than happy to take hold of as he tries to come in and find a couple more resources. This shop position extremely crucial for these players because we are heading into the late game. Typically, there's not a shop available for them, so they are forced to come into the late game with whatever resources they have on hand. But since that shop is located right here inside the zone before this zone fully collapsed, almost every player coming topside here to top up those resources so that they don't have to worry about running out of resources into the final moments of the game. Even AOW's Mike coming in to do a little bit of shopping as well. To use us Railgun over here, trying to grab some extra goodies out of the Morris Blessing before it disappears. Many of these players just prepping for the final moments of the game. Diurchi's Akuma here, most notably the only Matari we've seen in a long time in solos here, with double eliminations under their belt. And Akuma yet again with the dagger, the dreadful whale. No surprises to see Akuma playing the assassin, playing with the dagger on the assassin, and having those soul jades that they need to make it work here. AOW's Mike coming in, gonna get hit with the pillar here by XXY and gonna back away. Doesn't want to commit to that fight. XXY goes low enough that these other players look to turn onto him. Mike will find the opportunity to go ahead and get the full heal off here. XXY going to find a reset as well, as these players struggle to pick a target acquisition here, and both of these players will find the reset they were hoping for. XXY, though, doesn't want to give up the chase here onto AOW's Mike, even though he finds the full reset. XXY had invested the pillar, wants to find something out of it, tries to come back around with that charge right click and catch him into those purple hits. XXY can start taking those cannon shots. These players know they're in the bush there. XXY takes the one. We don't see the follow-up cannon shots, though. Mike inside looked like he was trying to use Tuna there. Doesn't get the full reset, though, as he hears footsteps coming through and wants to back away from the rest of these players. Alliance Chuck's going to catch him out there with that legendary pole sword and start to chip through that purple armor as he tries to keep things moving, Dobby.
Trying to rotate this around here. It looks like he's trying to see if he can have an free angle here, waiting for the opportunity to strike here. And he knows XXY is on the outskirts of that circle here. He knows he's going to have to move over eventually here, as that circle tick for circle 5 is definitely going to start to hurt a little bit more than some of the other circles. Meanwhile, Jin still has the gold shield. Ooh, gets a nice little hit from the bow onto Jux here. It looks like it's not going to be enough here, as they are going to try to see if they can rotate this in, as the circle slowly closing in here. About to start getting into circle number 6 very, very soon, as the rotation for each side here so far has been very, very good. And it looks like that dreadful whale coming through, and it looks like Akuma's going to be the one to have it. Akuma is not the person that should have this dreadful whale. To be honest with you, I believe Akuma might potentially have this game. If he continues to play, he has been holding strong here. 2 eliminations, tying it up with everybody. I think if he really plays the game really well here and actually understands where his placements are, and seeing that he has a nice opportunity here, if he really gets a chance into some third parties here, he can potentially get a few eliminations, and he see himself in this top fight inside of this section where he is as XXY forced to pop off the ulti here. Jin looks like he's giving himself an opportunity here to potentially push in as well, but decides to back off here as XXY uses the opportunity to heal instead of fight. Might be helpful for him as well here, as he doesn't popping off here, and just like that, now it's time for him to start focusing on some of these fights here. If he has the opportunity for it, it's going to start to go through some sprays here, starts to land, waiting for the cannon shots here to maybe connect something. And it looks like it's going to be very tough for him, though, as he does get hit by a mighty set of bows from the backside here, and then immediately comes into the face of S-Rail. Oh, gets hit by a parry immediately inside of this fight here, and just like that, leaves him outwards with his with the dual blades here, trying to see if he can do it, the dual halberds, excuse me. And it looks like he's going to try to see if maybe he can continue on with the heals. Steady to keep it alive. It looks like the XXY is nearby too also. Oh, the beautiful bow shot coming in from across the way. Looks like that came from Panda Man, or was that XXN? That looks like that's coming from, yeah, it looks like that's coming from AOW's mic actually here. Oh my goodness, XXY ends up getting destroyed by so many things, but it looks like AOW's mic with the bow is going to be the one that confirms that kill inside of the circle here. The timing coming in, and listen to that crowd.
Oh yeah, look, AOW's mic, that's his second elimination caught out there with that bow. Oh my goodness, Fun plus Phoenix Jin putting him in timeout, sends him into the zone. That's half of his HP just to the tick from the zone. AOW might gonna lose his armor as well, forced to pop the ultimate here, looking for any sort of spacing. He's not gonna find it though. Jin coming through with that pole sword sends Mike flying here. Mike just needs to keep it alive, and he can as DRG Akuma turns around and finds the elimination. Akuma goes to 3. Panda Man going head to head here with J-Team's action as well. Panda Man in just a bad position, parried into the zone as well. The zone tick almost enough to eliminate him, and J-Team's action finds the elimination onto Panda Man. That overcomer for Jin coming in, putting absolute work here for Fun plus Phoenix. Unfortunately, he's not been able to find a single elimination. All he's done is set up the rest of the lobby to find those eliminations. DRG's Akuma on the backside here with the blue dagger, with the dreadful whale, looking to lock out this game at number 3. We'll find some hits onto TE's S Railgun, continuing to use that whale to buy some space for themselves. Railgun going to take a couple of hits there as well from the whale as he's looking for the reset action, holding on for dear life. Fun plus Phoenix Jin coming from the top side here, trying to come in onto Akuma. Akuma going to throw him into the zone there with the dreadful whale, and a follow-up dagger dash onto him as he continues to keep the pressure on this lobby. Akuma just going to continue to throw out that whale and buy space. Fun plus Phoenix Jin on the backside here with these last couple of seconds of the edge of the zone. This is zone 7 collapsing though. These players are going to have nowhere to go. Akuma with the whale trying to find the setup. Finally gets parried by somebody. J-Team's action puts him in his place and parries the dreadful whale that we've seen coming out time and time again. We're going to see a Temi ult come down. Fun plus Phoenix Jin with a massive parry onto S Railgun. Action going to throw Jin into the zone. He's able to scale rush back in. Catches S Railgun with it, but Action coming in, trying to clutch it out, doesn't quite find it. Akuma doesn't find another elimination, does find the first place finish though, and I'm not sure who's gonna walk away with your first place finish here.